And hello folks, it is your ever-present, haha, Mr. Christmas. I am not here with the Jingle Boy because he's in the other room. Hey, do me a favor, stick... And we're going to be playing more Hitman, doing more chill. I took the Bob Hope show out and... Sorry about that. I pressed a wrong button. Now I'm doing all kinds of other stupid stuff. Alright, come on. Yes, we are capturing this. Let's just go ahead and kill my song and get the radio drama going. I don't want to start with a Johnny Dollar.
From Hollywood.
No, here we go. That'll work.
Harold Perry as the Great Gildersleeve.
Messing around in Berlin some more because I want to get to level 10 so I can...
The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous cheese food Velveeta. Everybody goes for Velveeta's rich yet mild cheddar cheese flavor in snacks, in sandwiches, and in hot dishes. And hidden in that swell cheese flavor are important nutrients from milk. That's why smart homemakers keep Velveeta on hand regularly to spread or slice and to melt for grand economical main dishes. Tomorrow, get Velveeta, the cheese food of Kraft quality.
All right. Ooh, who's sniping the sniper?
Well, it's almost midnight in the little town of Summerfield.
Oh, that'll be fun.
The streets are quiet and deserted, except for one lone figure. It's our pudgy friend, the Great Gildersleeve, wending his way home after an evening of fun and song with the Jolly Boys.
I had a real nice time tonight. Jolly Boys are a swell bunch of fellas, all right. Even Judge Hooker isn't so bad. Not his fault he's such a big bag of wind. Nice to be getting home, though. Little bed's gonna feel much... Well, there's a lamp on in our living room. Wonder who's up at this hour.
Smack people with a fish.
Playing the radio so late.
And away we go.
Marjorie!
Hello, Unky.
What are you doing up so late? Do you realize it's almost midnight?
It is?
Yes, it is. Now get right up to bed, young lady, immediately. You should have been asleep hours. Marjorie?
Yes?
Have you been crying? What's the matter, my dear?
Nothing, Unky. It's just that I'm so happy and the music's so beautiful.
Yeah, well, it's late, my dear, and you have to go to school tomorrow. I'm afraid we'll just have to turn the radio off now.
Oh, Unky.
I'm sorry, Marjorie, but a girl your age should have 8 hours sleep every night.
Unky,
Yeah?
please sit down for a minute. I want to talk to you.
Now, Marjorie, we can talk in the morning. You really should.
Please, Uncle Mort.
Well, all right, my dear. Now.
Unky, did you ever have the feeling that you were just starting to live for the first time? That suddenly everything...
Can I get over this way?
Beautiful. And everywhere you went, you heard violins.
Violins? Well, no, not exactly.
It's a
Sneak
wonderful
in somewhere
feeling.
else?
Sometimes you're happy.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you're sad.
Oh.
But even when you're sad, you're really happy. Do you understand what I mean?
Oh, sure, of course. Marjorie, who have you got a crush on this time?
It's not a crush, Unky. I'm really in love.
Oh, sure. Who is it? That Wally Hoff boy?
Wally Hoff, that callow youth. I'm in love with someone who's sophisticated, charming, well...
Oh, I wanted to replan the mission.
Couldn't be Wally Hoff. His shirt tail's always hanging out. Well, what boy is it?
He's not a boy, he's a man.
Well, this'll do.
What? Who is he?
Our new French teacher.
Oh, my goodness, Marjorie, aren't you being a little silly? A crush on a teacher?
Andre is a man I can look up to.
Andre?
That's his name, Andre Marcel.
Marcel. Sounds like a French barber.
He's wonderful.
Now, Marjorie, this whole thing is ridiculous. A young girl like you.
I'm 17.
That's too young to be falling in love with some middle-aged school teacher.
What if he is 27? I love him.
And in I go.
Let's be sensible. If you must fall in love, why don't you pick out a boy your own age? How about Ben? You used to like him.
Oh, Ben's sweet. But when he walks in a room, he just doesn't make bells ring.
Bells ring? What do you want, a good humor man?
You just don't understand, Unky. I'm not a child anymore. I'm a woman. And I'll love Andre Marcel until the end of time.
You'll do no such thing.
I realize, Uncle Mort, you were only trying to do your duty.
Marjorie?
But I must tell you that nothing you
There,
can say
I'm
or
carrying
do
a
will make
fish.
difference. I love Andre, and
Which is not illegal.
well, I'm sure that he'll love me one day.
If you don't stop carrying on this way, I'll see that you drop out of that French class and take Spanish.
I won't take Spanish.
You will.
I won't.
Young lady, you go to bed.
I won't take Spanish. I won't.
Oh, my goodness. Why couldn't she have a woman French teacher? Andre Marcel.
Throckmorton?
Huh?
What's the matter with you? Why, you've been sitting here all evening and you've hardly said boo.
I'm sorry, Adeline. Boo.
Not very flattering to a girl when a gentleman caller doesn't pay her any mind.
Adeline, I have a problem.
You do? Now you tell Adeline what's putting those furrows in your little old forehead.
Well, it's Marjorie.
What's the trouble with her?
She's in love again.
My goodness, is that all?
She's in love with one of her teachers at the high school.
Well, now, I wouldn't worry. Every schoolgirl goes through that. I know I did. Why, I fell madly in love with my history teacher just because he had a cute little mustache.
I remember my history teacher, Miss Simpson. She had a mustache, too, but I didn't fall in love with her.
Now, I'm sure that Marty will get over
I
it.
don't know if she will or not. I've never seen her take it like this before. Last night, she didn't sleep. Today, she just picked at her food. Walked around the house like a zombie.
Well, that's just the way I was, but I got over it.
You did?
Yes.
Enter
a
at the
young
back
fellow
by the
my own age
canals.
Came along, Stonewall Holloway, and I soon forgot all about that history teacher. Youth called to youth, and I answered. Isn't there any young blade here that Marjorie might be interested in?
Well, there's Ben. He's a boy that runs a filling station. Marjorie's been falling in and out of love with him since she was 12. I think he's getting a little discouraged.
See, I need
Well,
to knock
maybe
out
if
an
you got
employee
together,
and wear
then
their
they might
stuff.
rekindle the flame.
Well,
I didn't think I could care for Stonewall either, but he carried me away like a tidal wave.
Oh, well, Ben's no tidal wave, but... Could ask him over, I guess. Certainly wouldn't do any harm.
And Throckmorton, maybe there's another reason Marjorie's in love.
What's that?
It's spring.
Huh?
In the spring, a young girl's fancy lightly turns to love.
Yeah?
That goes for older girls, too. Yes, spring's the time for romance. That's when sweethearts think of getting engaged, then getting married.
Well, thanks for the advice about Marjorie. You've been very helpful. Good night.
Well, I declare. Wonder why he left in such a hurry.
That probably was not the way I should have done that. But here we are nonetheless.
Oh, hello, Ben.
Oh, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. Be right with you.
Yeah, just act kind of casual, like I just happened to drop in.
I am not the greatest at stealth, am I?
Oh, good morning, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Morning, Ben. Just came in for some gas.
All right.
That's the reason I came in. Need gas.
Sure. How many?
Well, just a minute. I'll check the gauge. It's funny. Seems to be full. Guess I don't need any.
Oh, well, okay. See you next time.
Yeah, maybe you can wipe my windshield if it isn't too much trouble.
Oh, I'll be glad to.
And, Ben, we haven't seen much of you lately. Why don't you drop over sometime?
Oh, still not
Thanks,
doing
Mr.
any
Gildersleeve. I
better.
will sometime. Garrett, that's pretty clean now. Want me to wipe the inside, too?
Oh, yeah, very good idea. Why don't you come over and see us real soon, Ben?
Well,
Of course, I don't want to rush you, but how about tonight?
Dang it, there's got to be a way to get
I
in.
don't know. I was going to go bowling tonight.
I don't want to rush you, Ben, but we'd sure like to see you. Everybody's been asking me what became of Ben. The whole family. Bertie, Leroy, and Marjorie.
You can go around the back?
Asked about me?
She was talking about you just the other night.
She was?
Yeah. Marjorie thinks a lot of you, Ben.
Well, I don't know. She didn't act much like it last time I was over.
Huh? Well, all women are a little flighty, but we understand them, don't we, my boy?
I'm not sure I do.
I know Marjorie will be glad to see you, Ben.
Well, I'm not so sure. After what she said the last time I saw her.
Huh? What'd she say to you?
Drop dead.
Oh, well, she was only kidding.
Oh, I don't know. She said it twice.
A girl talks like that to a fella, Ben. It
No,
shows
this
she's
isn't
really
helping.
interested in him.
It does?
Sure. If she wasn't interested, she wouldn't care if you dropped dead or not.
Gee, I never thought of it that way.
I speak from long experience, Ben. When women get mad at you, that's a good sign.
I'm
It shows
probably
they really
making
care.
a mistake
If that's the case,
here,
Margie must be
but
crazy about me.
Sure. Well, what do you say, Ben?
Well, I'll take a chance, I guess.
That's the spirit. Goodbye, Ben. See you tonight. Well, it's nice spending an evening at home, isn't it, children?
Yeah, it's all right.
Don't you think it's nice, Marjorie? Marjorie,
What? Oh, yes.
what are you doing way over there in the corner?
Just thinking.
I know. I bet she's thinking about that French guy, Monsieur Marcel.
You shut up.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Oui, oui.
Leroy, that'll do.
eh.
You staying home tonight, Marjorie?
I guess so.
Well, that's good.
Why?
Why? No particular reason. Just nice to have you here, that's all.
Uncle Mort, what are you...
Belle. Well, I wonder who that is.
I'll get it.
No, I'll get it, Bertie. Can't imagine who it is.
Well, good evening, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, what a surprise. It's Ben.
What?
Come on in, Ben. Marjorie, it's Ben.
Hi, Ben.
Hello, Leroy.
It's probably not what
Well,
I'm
Ben,
supposed to be
glad
doing
you
here,
happened
but
to
we're
drop
gonna be
by.
okay. I'm just gonna load that save game because that was not right. That was fun, but it was not right.
Certainly like old times having Ben over here, isn't it, Marjorie?
Yes.
Hey, you're looking swell, Marge. How you been?
All right.
I'll find another way to do
How's
this.
school?
All right.
Oh, she just loves school, especially French.
Leroy? Ben, maybe you and Marjorie would like to go to a movie.
It's okay with me. How about you, Marge?
No, thanks. I have some homework to do tonight. In fact, I should be doing it right now.
Oh. Well, okay. I wouldn't have
All
come
right,
over
let's
if
get
your
into
uncle
the
hadn't
club
invited
and
me.
see what I can
I
learn.
thought so. Uncle Mort.
No, Marjorie.
I wish you'd stop trying to arrange my life.
Look here, young lady, you're still...
I'm perfectly capable of handling my own affairs.
Well, guess I better be going.
Stay right here, Ben.
Yeah, you keep out of it. I don't have to. I won't stand for it.
I've had enough of this, young lady. You're going to answer to me. Do you understand?
Good night, everybody. Guess I'll go bowling.
Ben, come back here.
I won't be treated like a child.
Want to go upstairs to those bathrooms, see if there's anything good going on there.
Andre would understand.
Oh, I should have gone bowling with Ben. Sorry, sir.
See, if I were the bathrooms.
Back to the Great Gildersleeve in just a minute. One smart way of keeping the food budget in line is to use up
That
the
doesn't look
leftovers.
safe.
Glamorize them into another good dish the family will go for. And you can turn that trick easily with a rich-tasting cheese sauce made with Kraft's Cheese Food Velveeta. With delicious Velveeta sauce, you can stretch leftover chicken or fish or seafood or ham or veal into another swell main dish that the family will applaud. Here's all you do to make that wonderful sauce. In the top of your double boiler, melt 1/2 pound of Velveeta.
I already have a
Cheese food
fish
with
on the lead
yet
pipe.
mild cheddar cheese flavor. You can use the half-pound Velveeta package, or you can slice off a half-pound from your 2-pound Velveeta loaf. When the Velveeta has melted, stir in 1/4 cup of milk and season the sauce to taste. That's all there is to making Velveeta sauce to stretch leftover meat. And say, is that sauce licking good on vegetables and eggs, too. What's more, Velveeta sauce is mighty nutritious, rich in valuable nutrients from milk. Better get your refrigerator stocked with Velveeta for both thrifty cooking and snacks.
One
and
down.
Velveeta's so handy to have, so good, so nutritious. It's made by Kraft, you know, and you can depend on Kraft quality. Well, relations are somewhat strained around the Gildersleeve household this morning. At the moment, the great man is having breakfast with Leroy and Marjorie. A very quiet breakfast. In fact, Marjorie isn't talking at all.
Sleep well last night, Marjorie?
Still waiting
Marjorie,
on
your
that
old
update,
uncle's talking to you.
Huckleberry. What have you got?
What's the matter, Leroy?
It's sure quiet around here.
Quiet? I hadn't noticed it. Young man, you finish your breakfast. You may go to school.
Okay. Bye, or as they say in French, Chevrolet Coupe.
Leroy!
Maybe I should have gotten a guard uniform.
Marjorie, I just invited Ben over last night for your own good. All right. You don't want to talk to me? You don't have to. All right with me. Marjorie,
Yes, Uncle.
you know I don't want you to be unhappy, don't you?
Yes.
I just think when a girl like you thinks she's in love with an older man,
Dunk, dunk, music, make my brain hurt, don't wanna be here, bad music, kill me now, please.
Like this Andre Marcel wouldn't be interested in a schoolgirl?
Well, Unky, I wasn't going to tell you this, but I think Andre's in love with me, too.
What?
In fact, I'm sure he is.
What do you mean? Did he say so?
No, but a girl can always tell. It's just the way he acts around me. He's so gentle and understanding.
Like a teacher.
And yesterday, when I got up to recite, I didn't know my French verbs, and he didn't get angry at all. He just gave me the sweetest smile.
Oh, yeah, he's madly in love with you, all right.
You just don't understand, Uncle Morris.
My dear, I'm afraid you're just letting your imagination run away with you. Mr. Marcel is just being nice to you, that's all. That doesn't mean necessarily that he...
Excuse me.
Yes, Bertie?
Here's the mail.
Oh, thank you, Bertie.
Yes, sir.
Where can I get a uniform?
What's this?
What's the matter, Unky?
It's a letter for me from Andre Marcel.
Oh, Unky!
Wonder what he's...
Open it. What does he say?
Wait a minute. Dear Mr. Gildersleeve, I hesitate to write you this note. After giving it much thought, I decided it's the best thing to do. This is a matter which cannot be postponed any longer. May I call upon you this evening? I must talk to you about Marjorie. I hope you'll understand. Sincerely...
Oh, Unky, I was right about Andre. He wants to see you about me. He does love me.
He does?
That ain't what that means.
Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. How are you this fine spring morning?
Yeah, not too good.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, I made a
the
mistake.
advent of spring does seem to affect some people. It causes sluttishness, loss of appetite.
I feel all right, but spring has certainly done something to Marjorie.
Well, they say it does have more effect on young people. Now, if I might make a suggestion, I have a spring tonic here.
Peavy, a spring tonic is not going to do Marjorie any good.
Yeah, it's a very good tonic. It contains oil of juniper, sassafras root.
Peavy, if you'll just listen for a moment. Marjorie's in love.
Oh. Well, that happens pretty often in the spring, too. In fact, that's the time of year I met Mrs. Peavy. You might say it was the spring that made me fall.
Oh, let me stay asleep, you jerk.
That was a little witticism.
I know.
Spring made me fall.
I heard you the first time. You don't understand, Peavy. Marjorie's serious about this thing. And she's in love with
Well,
him.
Mrs. Peavy was serious, too.
I don't care about Mrs. Peavy.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I don't think that's a very nice thing to say.
Well, Peavy, I didn't mean...
Mrs. Peavy may have her little peculiarities, but none of us are perfect.
But you don't
And
understand.
she is my wife.
I know that.
Well, don't forget it.
Okay, that's one
For
down.
me, Mr. Gildersleeve, Mrs. Peavy has many fine qualities. She's loyal, thrifty, neat as a pin.
Peavy, you misunderstood me. I'm sure Mrs. Peavy is the most wonderful wife in the world.
Well, now I wouldn't say
I
that.
wouldn't say that.
But, Judge, Marjorie's too young to even be thinking about getting married.
Now, we don't know that she is thinking about it.
Well, she thinks she's in love.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean she's going to get married. Look at you. If you married every woman you thought you were in love with, you'd have more wives than Carter has pills. Some of your women were pills.
There's no time for your heavy-handed humor, you old goat.
All right. Well, the first thing to do is not to let Marjorie know that you oppose this idea.
Aw,
This Marcel fella comes over
I have to go
tonight.
that far
He
back?
asks me if he can get engaged
That'll
to
teach me to be
Marjorie.
Well,
stupid.
don't oppose that either.
What?
No. Don't get yourself in a tizzy. Even if they do get engaged, it'll be several years before they could get married, and I'm sure that Marjorie will come to her senses long before that.
Yes.
On the other hand, if you try to break up this romance, you'll only bring them closer together. Why, they
All right,
might even
so I made a
elope.
mistake.
Elope? Oh, my goodness.
So the thing for you to do is act like you're very happy about the whole thing. As far as that goes, Gildy, remember the time will come when Marjorie will get married. In fact, someday somebody will marry Leroy.
I doubt that.
You might as well face the facts, Gildy. They don't stay children forever. Someday little Marjorie will be slowly walking down the aisle, dressed in white. You'll be escorting her. A little sad, perhaps, but proud.
Okay, so that gets me into some
I'll
more.
wipe away a tear when the organ starts
Into
to
some
play
more
that
places.
sweetest song of all.
Oh, brother.
But I need actual poison.
Oh, Auntie!
Yes, my dear.
What time is it?
It's almost 8.
Oh, I'll be right down.
Where can I find some actual poison?
Well, he'll be here pretty soon. Hope I'm doing the right thing. I guess I am. The judge thinks so. Wouldn't want him to elope.
How do I look, Auntie?
Oh, you look lovely, my dear.
I'm so excited.
So am I.
Uncle Mort, I want you to know I think it's wonderful the way you're taking this.
Oh, well, it's the way you want it, my dear. That's all that matters. Wouldn't want you to elope. I mean...
You're sweet.
Behind the
And I'll
canal.
never forget you for this, even when I'm a grandmother. I just can't believe this is happening to me.
Neither can I.
Well, I'll wait upstairs. You call me when he comes.
Yeah, all right, my dear.
Mrs. Marjorie Marcel, doesn't that sound wonderful?
Wonderful. Oh, dear. Wonder if Bertie's got everything ready. Bertie!
Okay, so it's revealed behind
You'll have the tea ready to
the
serve when
canals.
Mr. Marcel gets here.
Yes,
to
And
start
don't
my
forget the
work.
French pastry. He ought to like that, being French.
yes.
And Bertie, be sure your
Sorry,
maid's
sir, I
cap is
can't let
pinned
you
on.
through, okay?
Wouldn't want it to fall in the tea.
Yes.
Wrong person.
Something wrong, Bertie?
No, sir. I'm sure gonna miss Miss Marjorie.
What?
Yes, I'm sure gonna miss her.
Oh, that'd be cool, but I'm
House
not gonna
won't
do
be the
that.
same without her.
Look, Bertie.
I'll come in to serve breakfast, and there'll be that empty chair at the table.
Bertie.
Little old empty chair all by itself. Empty.
Bertie, this is silly. She isn't even engaged yet.
Well, I hate to see her go. I'm sure gonna
What's this to
Oh,
the shit? This
hmm.
isn't an arcade. Just let me
Hi, Unc.
Oh, hello, Leroy.
Mr. Marcel here yet?
Oh, sure, he's hiding under the couch.
Huh? Oh,
Leroy, I want you to watch your manners tonight. The French are a very
Ah.
polite race.
okay. Say, Unc,
Yeah?
when Marjorie gets married, can I have her room?
Leroy, nobody said Marjorie was going to get... Oh, there he is. Bertie, someone is at the door.
Yes, sir, I'm sure gonna.
Yeah, I have a ticket also.
Is Mr. Gildersleeve in?
Yes, sir, come in. He's right in there.
Gee, he's a big guy.
There's two of us. Shh.
Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yes? Good evening.
I'm Mr. Marcel.
How do you do? This is my nephew, Leroy. Marjorie's brother. Guess you'll be seeing a lot of him.
Hello, Leroy.
Hello.
Well, won't you sit down?
Oh, thank you.
We're going to have some tea and French pastry later on. Thought you'd like French pastry, being French.
Oh, well, my parents were French. I was born in Boston.
Oh, guess I should have got baked beans. Well, I suppose you're wondering where your little Marjorie is. She's upstairs. I'll call her.
Oh, well, if you don't mind, Mr. Gildersleeve, I'd rather speak to you alone. It would be easier that way.
Oh, yes, I suppose it might make you a little nervous having other
Okay.
people around at a time like this.
Well,
where's the
That's all right,
food?
I understand. Leroy, will you excuse us, please?
Sure.
Leroy, that means you're supposed to leave the room.
Oh, I get it.
Well, Mr. Gildersleeve, I don't know quite how to begin this, but I think when a teacher feels this way about one of his students, it's only fair to consult with a parent.
That's right. Parents are usually pretty understanding about these things, my boy. And I want you to know that whatever is best for Marjorie and you is all right with me.
Oh, I'm glad you feel that way. You know, I think a lot of Marjorie.
Yeah, so I understand.
That's why I've been so concerned lately about the way she's been neglecting her work in my class.
Her work in your class? But I thought...
She hasn't been doing her French lessons at all. Her mind seems to be on something else.
Yes, it has been.
You know, many times students have problems that we teachers know nothing about. And I thought you might know what the trouble is.
I think I do. You see, Marjorie is in love.
Oh, so that's it. Well, I know what she's going through. I happen to be in love myself.
Well, whatever. I'll
With a
give you
girl
some
back
rat
in
poison.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I mean, it's nice being in love, especially with a girl from Boston.
Well, I hope you don't mind my coming over like this.
Not at all. You've been very helpful, and I'm sure that Marjorie will be back to normal very soon.
Oh, that's fine. I feel better now.
So do I.
Well, I'd better be going, Mr. Gildersleeve.
You're going? Oh, yes. I'll take you to the door.
Good night. Thank you.
Thank you. What a relief. Oh, but what am I going to tell poor little Marjorie?
Hello, Unky.
Marjorie, Mr. Marcel.
Come on
I
out.
know, Unky. I was listening from the stairs.
Oh,
I guess I've been awfully silly.
my dear. You're just young, and it's spring. Well, our little family is still together. Come on, Marjorie, let's have some tea. We might as well eat that French pastry. Here, have a Napoleon.
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back, folks. There's a good old American custom that we all enjoy occasionally, raiding the refrigerator. And one of the favorite foods of those hungry raiders is Kraft's famous cheese food, Velveeta. They can spread golden Velveeta on crackers or slice it thick for husky sandwiches. Or those who prefer a toasted snack love the way Velveeta melts in less than a minute. And it's good to know that Velveeta is a wholesome snack, rich in fine nutrients from milk. Digestible as milk itself, too. So keep a loaf or package of wholesome, good-eating Velveeta in your refrigerator all the time. Get genuine Velveeta made only by Kraft.
Be careful, you may not spoil until it's too late.
That's another one. That's right, because I am the apex predator here.
A strike, all right, yeah. I could tell. Say, you're a pretty good bowler, Ben.
Thanks, Mr. Gildersleeve. Guess I was just lucky.
You're next, Marjorie.
Okay.
Here's your ball, Marge. Now take your time.
Go on, Marjorie. Throw it. Oh, my goodness, Marjorie, you missed all the pins.
You gotta take your time, Marge.
Oh, Ben, I did take my time.
No, you didn't. You rushed it, and that's what...
I'll drop dead.
Yeah, well, things are back to normal again. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Harold Perry, Adeline Fairchild by Miss Una Merkel. The show was written by Gene Stone and Jack Robinson with music by Jack Meekin.
Let's
Included
see,
in the
so we
cast
get up
Walter
there.
Tetley, Louise Erickson, Lillian Randolph, Earl Ross, Richard LeGrand, and Ben Alexander. This is John Wall saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Folks, the Red Cross drive is still on. There's still time to give, and your contribution is needed to carry on all the fine Red Cross work. Give now and give generously. Good night. For a main dish that saves you money, saves you time, and pleases the folks, get Kraft Dinner. In just 7 minutes cooking time, Kraft Dinner gives you swell macaroni and cheese. It's fluffy light macaroni with fine cheddar cheese flavor through and through, and the cost is only a very few cents a serving. Every box of Kraft Dinner gives you both ingredients for that swell macaroni and cheese.
Gonna walk over
that
here,
you
buddy?
cook in 7 minutes flat. So for fast meals, for good meals, for thrifty meals, get Kraft Dinner.
Agent Tremaine reporting in. All quiet on the Western Front.
This is NBC, the National Broadcasting Company.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve.
All right, can I get you to walk away somewhere?
The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, makers of the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing. We say one and only because there just isn't any other salad dressing like Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip is different, and it tastes different. Miracle Whip tastes so good it's become the most popular salad dressing ever created. More Miracle Whip is sold than the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Try it. Make your salads better tasting with the one and only Miracle Whip. The Great Gildersleeve has
Where's
never
that
plunged
sniper
into
nest?
the sea of matrimony, but he does like to dangle his toes in the water once in a while. A few days ago, he met a Miss Gloria McKinley, manager of the complaint department at Hogan Brothers. He hasn't had a date with her yet, but this afternoon, he has persuaded her to let him drive her home from work. Accordingly, we find him parked in front of the store with his motor running.
I better leave it running, too. That policeman in the corner has his eye on me, and I'm parked in a loading zone. Well, I'm waiting to pick up a pretty little package. Right, George, I want to make a good impression on her. Should have washed the car. I didn't notice Leroy written in the dust in the hood. Oh, well.
You, Gildy.
Uh-oh, Judge Hooker. He would have to show up.
Gildy, you're in a loading zone.
I know it, Judge.
And your motor's running.
I know that, too.
Why don't you turn it off before it boils over?
Well, it is beginning to steam.
You better start it up again, Gildy. You're too close to the fire plug.
Oh, my goodness. The only backseat driver I ever saw who stands on the curb.
Are you waiting for somebody?
Judge, I'm not just sitting here trying to run out of gas.
Oh, I know. It's closing time, and I'll bet you're waiting for Miss McKinley. Do you have a date?
You bet. She's letting me drive her home.
Well, I guess she figures that's better than taking the bus.
Yes, yes.
She can save a dime and make fewer stops. Unless you plan to stop and watch the sun setting behind the
No, I gotta
reservoir.
get over that one.
Judge, will you please go away?
As it happens, Gildy, I must. I'm going home and read my 4th of July speech. I'm orating at Kraft Park.
Well, I thought Congressman Greenhall was going to speak.
Well, he's leaving for the convention, and I'm reading the speech that he prepared.
Oh?
I suppose you'll be there to hear me?
There must be a better way to spend the 4th
I've
than
got to
listening
get
an
around.
old goat.
Gildy, I don't exactly relish the assignment. Miss Matterhorn is vacationing at Virginia Lakes, and I'd planned to go up there for the 4th.
Judge, I don't envy you reading somebody else's speech.
Well, if I don't like what the congressman has written, I can always preface it by saying the views expressed in the speech do
Maybe I
not
can get
necessarily
outside?
represent the views of the speaker.
Step aside, Judge.
What?
Here comes Miss McKinley.
Oh, I'll open the door.
Judge, let me open it.
It's already open.
Busybody. Hello, Miss McKinley.
Sorry if I've kept you waiting, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Not at all. I've kept him
How do I get out
entertained.
of here?
Judge, hop in, Miss McKinley.
Oh, thank you.
Judge, you may now close the door.
Well, aren't you going to introduce me?
Oh, all right.
How do I
Miss
get
McKinley,
out?
May I present Judge Hooker?
How do you do, Judge?
This is a rare pleasure, Miss McKinley.
Look at him bow. If he isn't careful, he'll bump his head on the running board. Goodbye, Judge.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Judge.
Yay, an exit finally.
I told you goodbye, Gildy. Why don't you go?
Yes, yes. Come on, car.
Could your car be out of gas?
The water commissioner doesn't burn gas. He burns water.
Ha ha ha.
Oh, Judge.
Doesn't burn gas, he burns water.
Me at a time like this.
Lame.
My, what a noisy car.
Goodbye, Judge.
Why don't you bring it to the park on the 4th and we'll use it instead of firecrackers?
Let me out of the building!
Is
Ah!
Judge Hooker a friend of yours?
He poses as one.
Well, all in one afternoon, I've met a distinguished judge, and I'm being driven home by the city water commissioner.
Well, Miss McKinley, you'd be riding in a new car if this wasn't election year. You've heard the cracks about freezers and fur coats and stuff like that, I guess.
Uh-huh. You men in the public eye have so many things to think about.
Well, scarcely a day goes by that I don't think about something.
I've always wondered what important men talk about.
So have I. Oh! You mean the judge and me?
Of course. Oh, you don't have to be so modest, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well,
Cross around.
Well, now, what problems were you
I have to
two
go all the
men
way around
wrestling
that
with?
way.
Oh,
So forward,
nothing
left,
important,
left.
Really. When you came up, we were just discussing the 4th of July speech.
Oh, are you going to deliver the speech at the 4th of July celebration?
Me?
Oh, thrilling!
Well, anyway, that's what the judge and I were discussing.
And he was asking you to deliver the speech.
Well, no, not exactly, Miss McKinley. Originally, our congressman was supposed to make the speech. But he couldn't be here, so he had to ask somebody else.
So the congressman himself asked you. Are you a close friend of his, too?
Well, I voted for him. He helped put him in office, I mean.
Go around.
How wonderful that he asked you to take his place. What are you
All
going
the
to say
way
in front of all
around.
those people, Mr.
And
Gildersleeve?
shoot him with his own rifle.
Frankly, I haven't given it much thought.
I don't suppose that's a problem to an experienced orator like you.
Well, you can be sure I'll come up with something. Wonder what I will come up with.
So how do I get across to kill him?
So that's how it happened, Marjorie. Now I'm behind the 8 ball.
Unky, why did you lead her to believe you were going to make the speech?
I didn't. When a woman wants to believe something, she just believes it.
I got an idea, huh? Tell her you can't make the speech because you have
maybe?
laryngitis.
But I don't have laryngitis.
Go get your feet wet and catch it.
Leroy, don't be ridiculous.
I'm not even supposed to give the speech. That's Judge Hooker's job.
Why didn't you just tell her Judge Hooker was supposed to do it?
Well, she made it sound like such a big thing, I couldn't say no. She'll probably be sitting in the front row, and if I don't appear, she'll think I'm a braggart.
Yeah,
She'll think I'm just trying to attract attention to myself.
yeah,
She'll lose respect for me.
yeah.
She'll think I'm just a big...
Windbag?
Yeah.
Well, just helping you out.
Yeah, well, don't put words in my mouth.
Okay.
What are you going to do, Unky?
Well, now that I'm in this deep, there's only one thing to do. Call her and tell her she made a mistake about the whole thing.
She made a mistake.
Well, she got the wrong impression. I'll tell her Judge Hooker is making the speech.
Oh, I think that's very wise, Unky.
You bet. She'll like me better if I tell her the truth. Yeah, I'll drive over and see her right now and clear up the situation. All right, Bertie. If it's for me, I'm just leaving.
Yes, sir. It's Gilsey, President. One moment, please. It's you, Miss Gilsey.
Bertie, I said I was leaving.
Yes, sir, but this is a lady. And when there's a lady on the phone, I know you ain't going nowhere.
Oh, well. Hello?
So if I can maybe get up there, maybe I can off him.
McKinley.
Miss McKinley? Oh, yes, Miss McKinley. Well, I was just thinking about you. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Oh, I hope you don't think it's terrible of me to phone you, but there's something I must talk to you about, too.
Good. Glad you called, but first let me clear up something about that 4th of July speech.
Speech of yours is what has me so excited. I've just had the most marvelous idea.
Oh?
Hogan Brothers is having a special 4th of July window display.
Yeah, fine. Now, about the speech.
I'm coming to that. I'm so thrilled about your making the speech. I'm having our art department put a sign in the store window.
The sign in the window?
Telling people not to miss the important address to be delivered in Craft Park by Commissioner Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
Zeke.
What?
Miss McKinley, you shouldn't have done that.
Oh, it was nothing.
Yes, it was. You don't understand. Suppose I don't even make the speech.
But you said you were going to.
No, wait a minute, Miss McKinley.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you weren't just leading me on, were you?
Miss McKinley, I'd never do that.
Oh, I'm sure you would. Now then, what did you want to talk to me about? You said there was something that needed clearing up.
Clearing up? Oh, yes. Well, it's a little cloudy. I hope the weather clears up so I can give that speech.
The sun is shining at my house.
It isn't shining over here.
That felt good.
You look a little better this morning, Unc. You don't look so worried and wrinkled.
Leroy, I'm not wrinkled. And I do feel better this morning.
I don't get it. You meet a new girl, and the first time you take her out, you get yourself in a big
That's
hassle.
one down,
No, I'm not in a
which
hassle.
is wonderful, and I did it in this stupid fashion.
Judge
It
Hooker
was
doesn't want to
funny.
make the 4th of July speech anyway. All I have to do is offer to make it for him.
Now
He'll
it's
be
time to
delighted.
look for the
Then he can go to
bathrooms.
Virginia Lakes and see Miss Matterhorn.
You'd rather look at Miss Matterhorn than make a speech?
Well, there's no accounting for tastes. Yeah, I'm stopping here in the judge's office, my boy. See you later.
So long, Unc.
So you gotta go down a level.
And the judge's door is open. Look at him wave his arms. I wonder if he's practicing his speech or there's a bee in his office.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to preface my remarks by relating an amusing little anecdote.
He's working on his speech, all right.
On my way to Craft Park this afternoon, I met two gentlemen named Pat and Mike.
Pat and Mike. Judge!
Pat said to Mike,
Judge, do you mind if I interrupt?
"Oh, hello, Gildy. I was just rehearsing the opening of my 4th of July address."
Well, Judge, you can forget the speech.
What?
Yeah, I know your heart isn't in it. You'd rather go up and join Miss Matterhorn.
Well, the speech is knocking me out of the trip.
It doesn't have to.
Come
I've come
on.
to do you a big favor.
Okay, lots of them down here.
I've decided to make the speech for you.
You have? Why?
Why? Well, Judge, don't ask silly questions. Just take advantage of my generous offer and hit the road.
Gildy, why are you so anxious to get me out of town? You must have a reason.
I'm only thinking of you and Miss Matterhorn. You know you want to be with her, and she wants to be with you.
Well, yes, she does. I had a card from her this morning saying, "Having wonderful time. Wish you were here."
Don't need to do that.
See, Judge? Now get going and forget about the speech. Just hand it to me.
No, I'd better make the speech. The congressman asked me.
Well, you can ask
Already
me.
a higher
Go
level.
ahead, ask me. I'll do it. In fact, I've got to do it.
I won't do that to our congressman.
Dang it.
You know I'm a better speaker than you are.
Is that so? I heard you speak at the Elks Club once, and even the stuffed elk got up and walked out.
There's got to be more that are easy to reach.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. The time is early evening. The place is your dining room. The table is set with your best linen, china, and silver because you're expecting guests. And you, the hostess and star of this drama, are proudly bringing in the most beautiful and elegant-looking salad you've ever fixed. You're relaxed, too, sure that this salad will taste just as delicious as it looks because you've used the salad dressing you know will give it just the right flavor. Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip salad dressing has a flavor millions of folks call just exactly right. It's a lively, teasing flavor. Distinctive, too, one you won't find in any other salad dressing. That's because Miracle Whip is a different kind of salad dressing. It's a craft recipe and gives you the best qualities of old-fashioned boiled dressing and fine, rich mayonnaise. Miracle Whip has a perfect texture, too. Creamy thick and smooth as satin because this salad dressing is blended carefully with special craft beaters. No wonder it's America's favorite salad dressing, the most popular salad dressing ever created. So whether you're fixing fancy company salads or the simplest salad in the world for your family, remember to make it extra delicious. Make it with Miracle Whip. Well, the great Gildersleeve was so anxious to impress his new girlfriend, Miss McKinley, that he was willing to let her believe he was making the important 4th of July address in Craft Park. Now, the water commissioner is in hot water.
The judge certainly did surprise me, Marshal. He didn't care a thing about making a speech until he found out somebody else wanted to do it.
Well, that's a very human reaction, Unky.
Yeah, that's the trouble with the old goat. He's too human. He immediately suspected that I was up to something.
Weren't you?
Well, naturally. But what sort of a friend is he to accuse me of?
Ain't you giving the speech, Miss Gilsleeve?
Apparently not, Bertie.
Yes, sir. But there's a sign in Hogan Brothers' window that says you are.
I know, Bertie.
It says here, Commissioner Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve speak on the 4th of July.
I saw that sign, Bertie, but it's misleading.
Then you're not reading the congressman's speech?
No, the congressman really asked the judge.
Because the congressman didn't want to?
Well, he wanted to, but he couldn't, Bertie.
Yes.
The judge didn't want to, but I do, so now he wants to.
No more on this floor, so maybe I'll go up one.
What do you mean, Betty?
Well, the congressman wanted to make it, but he couldn't, and the judge could and would, but he didn't want to. Then you come along and want to, but couldn't, because when you wanted the judge to give it up, he wouldn't.
Come on, I've got 2. I've got to get
Bertie,
more.
It isn't funny.
No, sir.
Unky, don't you think you should call Miss McKinley and tell her to take that sign out of the window?
Well, I'm going to phone the judge and give him one more chance to change his mind. I hate to crawl back to him and beg him, but beggars can't be choosers.
Hello? Judge Hooker speaking.
Hello, Judge. About that speech you don't want to give.
What about it, Gildy?
Well, I just wondered if you wouldn't reconsider.
I have reconsidered.
You have?
My answer is still no.
Oh, my goodness.
I saw that sign in Hogan Brothers' window.
Well, then you see, I have to make the speech or I'll be the laughing stock of the town.
Good. May I be the first to laugh? Now hang up, will you? I'm busy. I have a million things to do.
But
I have to study my lines, go to the barber shop, stop by the cleaners from a blue suit. The only one that I can wear for the speech.
Oh? You don't have another suit?
When I thought I was going to rough it at Virginia Lakes, I sent all my suits to the cleaners. They're rushing my blue serge for me.
Well, Judge. Horace. Old friend. If you're so busy, why don't I stop by and pick up your suit for you?
Would you do that for me, Gildy?
You bet. Naturally, I want to do anything I can to help make the 4th of July a success.
Well, Gildy, be sure to pick it up before 5. The cleaners are closed over the 4th.
Don't worry, Judge. You'll have something to wear.
Thank you, Gildy, old friend. I have to hang up now and get busy.
Yeah, I have to get busy, too. Goodbye, Judge.
Goodbye.
You don't seem the least bit upset about not getting to make the speech.
Oh, not a bit, my dear. Just imagine. The judge doesn't have a thing to wear tomorrow.
Come a little closer, buddy.
Unky, you are going to
Dang
pick
it.
up the judge's suit, aren't you?
Sure. But there could be many a slip between the cleaners and Judge Hooker's house. Bertie!
Yes, sir?
Is Leroy's little blue suit up in the closet? honestly, you're pretty clever. Pretty clever the way you outfoxed the judge. Yeah, I had quite a time explaining why I didn't bring the suit by last night. Now it's too late for him to do anything about it. Ooh, wait until he tries to put on Leroy's
That's
suit.
another one down.
Lucky for the old judge, I can step into the breach. Yeah, I can see Miss McKinley now, sitting in the front row in something summery, listening to me give the speech.
Well, Gildy, it's about time you got here.
Hello, Judge. Here's the suit in the bag.
All right, give it to me.
Don't be so impatient, Judge.
If you'll excuse me, I'll slip into the next room.
So how do I get outside? I need to take out some more.
In front of the mirror.
Yo, brother. Wait until he sees himself in that suit.
If you hadn't shown up with this suit, I'd have had to leave for Virginia Lakes. I certainly couldn't make the speech in my bathing suit.
Well, your barber pole swimsuit covers you pretty well, Judge.
I can't see very well in here. Gildy, are you sure this is my suit?
It's blue serge.
That's funny.
Something doesn't feel right
He's
about
awfully
this.
small.
He's good, but he's
Hey,
not
maybe you've
psychic.
gained weight, Judge.
I might have gained a couple of pounds.
He's been listening.
But I know I haven't
Oh,
grown
damn
this
it.
much. Why, the pants cuffs come clear up to my knees.
They do?
Yeah, everything's shrunk. Gildy, come in here and look at this.
I mean, maybe I should just kill a bunch of people and get it
is
over with.
ridiculous.
Oh, my goodness. Judge, you can't stand up in public like that.
Stand up. I can't even sit down.
Judge, don't try it.
I can't bend. See?
Oh! Leroy's suit. Bertie, how's my new suit? I'm gonna need it.
It's pressed and in the closet. Are you making a speech?
You bet. The judge is on his way to Virginia Lakes.
Yes, sir.
You should have seen him trying to squeeze into Leroy's pants.
Yes, sir. Where's Leroy's suit now?
Well, I'll have to buy him a new one. But it was worth it. I sure tricked the old judge.
Yes, sir, but this ain't April Fool's Day, you know.
What's this, Bertie?
This is the 4th of July, and that's Independence Day. It ain't April Fool's Day.
Now, Bertie.
The judge don't get to speak, and Leroy lost his pants, but that don't make
All
it
right,
April
that's another
Fool's
one
Day.
down.
It's Independence Day. You don't fool around with Independence.
One more.
Yeah, all right.
Mr. Gilsleeve, you know why you don't play April Fool jokes on the 4th of July?
Yes,
That's
Bertie.
right, because it's Independence Day, and you don't fool around with Independence.
Okay.
This is beyond the pale,
Good
gentlemen.
old Bertie.
I am speechless.
She takes Independence Day pretty seriously.
Get your
Well,
asses in gear, man.
I do
How
too.
hard can it be?
That's why I want to be with Miss McKinley. She seems to like big shots, and by George, that's exactly what I am. I'll mesmerize her with my speech, and then take her to the hot dog stand. Never mind,
All
Bertie.
right.
I'm
Getting
right
so
here.
much closer.
Wonder who that is. Hope the judge didn't decide to come back and speak in his bathing suit.
Hello, Throckmorton.
Miss McKinley. I didn't expect to see you. Come in.
Oh, I haven't time. I just stopped by on my way out of town.
Out of town.
But I just couldn't leave without wishing you luck with your speech today.
Miss McKinley, you're not going to be there?
Oh, didn't I tell you? I'm going to Hogan Brothers' 4th of July picnic with the assistant manager.
Assistant manager? But I thought you wanted to hear me speak.
Oh, I do. But I can't afford to offend the assistant manager.
You can't?
Mr. Gildersleeve, he's an important man.
But what about me?
Oh, you can read me the speech some other time. Goodbye now, and I'll be thinking about you every minute.
Big help.
When are you leaving for the park, Unc?
Are you there?
Oh, I
Down
don't
and
care
down.
whether I go or not, Leroy.
Another one.
Somehow my
I'm
heart
putting
isn't
the plug.
in reading
Get
the
out of there
speech.
now.
Well, gosh, you sure worked enough angles to get the chance.
Oh, Leroy, all this is Judge Hooker's doings.
What?
That gets me
What
out.
a sneaky thing to do. Run off to Virginia Lakes and have the time of his life. Toss his old speech in my lap.
Just him.
See, I'm trying to get my mastery up on this so I can
I don't have to
have
make
poison
I'm
in
not trying to
other.
impress anybody.
Oh, that's right. She ran out on on you, didn't she?
Leroy.
Miss Gilsleeve, aren't you putting on your new suit?
Oh, I don't know, Bertie.
It's getting late. I see people heading for Craft Park.
I'm going to parade with the Boy Scouts, Unc.
Good for you, my boy.
I just saw a man in a uniform pants.
That was it for location mastery.
Big doings today.
Great. Leroy, I think I'll let you take the speech down and give it to somebody on the committee.
Yeah? Who?
Well, give it to
Oh,
Mr.
that's kinda
Sprague.
cool.
He likes to be in the limelight.
Is this a speech here on the table?
What's the speech about?
It says freedom.
And you ain't gonna read it, Mr. Gilsleeve?
Bertie, it isn't my job. Congressman Greenhall wrote the speech. It is his job to give it.
Yes.
That's
then it was
cool.
the judge's job. And then they wished the job onto me.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Unc, says here that freedom is everybody's job.
What's that?
Okay, so if I have to get...
The survival of our freedom depends on everybody.
Who?
And listen to this. If we want to preserve the liberties we commemorate
Wait, am
on
I
this
still in
4th
Berlin?
of July, each of us must conscientiously work at being good citizens.
Yes, sir. If you want to do anything right, you got to work at it. If you want to be a good cook, you
Not
got
where
to
I wanna
work
be.
at it. If you want to be a good citizen, you got to work at it.
That's true, Bertie.
Hey, get a load of this, Unc. Being a good citizen
Maybe there's
means
other
voting
ways
in
I can do
elections,
this.
keeping informed and making our opinions known to our representatives, serving on juries and school boards. Unc, how about that time you wiggled out of jury duty?
Well, I did get off the jury, but I was serving on the school board at the time.
Thomas, my train
Let me see that
accident.
speech, Leroy.
Sure.
Discovery.
Represented. This makes a lot of sense. Our American heritage,
Ticket.
the rights and liberties
Back door.
which we cherish,
Oh, I should have grabbed the scrap
must be made
sword.
an increasingly vital part of our everyday life. We must work together
Disguise myself as the
keep our
dealer.
freedom, not just take it for granted.
That's right.
And by George, we'd better watch it. We could lose some of those liberties before we know it. Come on,
As a
Leroy, we're going down
DJ.
to Craft Park and tell them a thing or two.
Florida Man. And Hirschmuller. Why didn't I think of that?
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Too hot to cook? Make a cool, easy salad main dish and make it really delicious with Miracle Whip salad dressing. And I mean really delicious, because Miracle Whip has such a wonderful flavor, a peppy flavor, a flavor that folks everywhere call just right. It's a different flavor, too, one no other salad dressing has. Try Miracle Whip on the very next salad you make. See how much better tasting your salads are when you make them with the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing.
Get the fish then.
You got the speech, Unc?
You bet. Right here in my inside pocket.
Boy, if you
Let's
lost
try it
that,
again.
you'd be sunk.
Oh, I don't know.
Well,
This
you gotta
time
have
we're
something
gonna
to read. You haven't got it memorized.
Bash out
Well,
Hirschmuller.
I'd get up there and say something. Yeah, I know a few things, my boy. I've got quite a bit of history right at my fingertips.
Yeah?
Yes, indeed. Did you know, my boy, that yesterday was the 85th birthday of one of our closest neighbors?
Oh, Mr. Bullard?
Mr. Bullard, no. It was the 85th birthday of our country's good neighbor to the north, Canada.
Alfred Hirschmuller.
That's right. The United States and Canada have been good neighbors for more years than you could count, working together, each contributing to the prosperity of the other. We have the kind of working friendship that should be a lesson
try on the
and
motorcycle,
inspiration to other
which I can
countries
do
all
that.
over the world. All right, George, let's all wish Canada a happy birthday. Good night, folks.
No, I got a different place I can start
The
from.
Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Earl Ross, and Gloria Blondell. Musical compositions by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company.
Okay, so if I
makers
want
of
to
the
do
famous
this as
line
a
of
club
Kraft
owner,
quality
as a
food
drug
products.
dealer.
Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday throughout the summer for the further adventures of the great Gildersleeve.
Who likes sandwiches? Just about everyone, when they're made with Miracle Sandwich Spread. Miracle Sandwich Spread gives sandwiches a wonderfully different, delicious flavor. Created by Kraft, Miracle Sandwich Spread is made from America's favorite salad dressing, Miracle Whip, and spicy relishes. For quick, easy, thrifty sandwiches, use Miracle Sandwich Spread alone between slices of bread, or use it along with the meat or cheese sandwich filling you like best. Get it tomorrow. Miracle Sandwich Spread.
Okay.
Tonight, hear the best of Groucho Marx on NBC.
Walk away, jerkwad!
George, every time I hear your voice on the phone, I shudder.
Well, I guess I have asked you to handle some rather out-of-the-ordinary matters for us.
Scrap sword
George,
back
they
there,
have been
drug
so
dealer.
wild, crazy, impossible. I
Leave on the
sometimes wonder if
motorcycle.
you ever issue a normal type policy.
Well, it's a very normal type policy that I'm concerned about now, Johnny. It's the insured himself who has me worried.
Okay, tell me all.
His name is Joseph, spelled with an F. Joseph Hentler. He's an inventor, among other things.
J-O-S-E-F.
His invention is what we've insured. It's a device, I guess you'd call it, for making some kind of boron-based compound.
Boron-based?
The sort of thing the government...
Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not see you there. I didn't have my stupid thing there that was...
I think you'd better run over here and let me tell you about it. Can you? Right away?
When you put it that way, George, yeah, I think I'd better. I'm on my way.
Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Mr. Christmas.
Expense
Sid.
account submitted by Special
Testing.
Investigator Johnny Dollar. To Floyd's of England, American Office, Hartford,
Mr.
Connecticut.
Christmas.
Following is an account
Sid.
of expenses incurred during my
Okay, it's up
investigation
now.
of the Boron 112.
I wonder how...
Expense account item 1, $1.10
Just
cash
gotta,
from my apartment at George Reed's office.
do
As I
something
walked in, he motioned me to
here.
a chair, leaned over to the intercom on his desk, and pushed a key.
Sit down, Johnny. Miss Larkin.
Yes, Mr.
Mr. Dollar is here. Would you come in, please?
You're going to hear a bit of an echo for just a moment here, folks.
Solder Gaming.
Glad to see you, Johnny. I gave
Sid.
you most of the story over the phone.
It's okay, no worries. I understand when you get into a game, you enjoy it too much.
Yep, ain't that the truth? But anyway, I appreciate the... I'm going to guess the follow? Or support, or whatever. Subscribe, or whatever it's called on YouTube. All I know for sure is that YouTube likes my shtick better than Twitch ever did. That's nice to know.
It is, at least so far as I've been able to determine.
Yeah, been all sorts of government tests and experiments with these super fuels, hasn't there?
Exactly. Many things formerly used purely as explosives. Remember this, Johnny. Many things formerly used as explosives are now being developed as fuels.
Well, the perfect example is atomic fission and hydrogen fission or fusion or whatever it is.
Solder Gaming.
All right, now let's get
Sid.
down to cases. You've insured
Yeah, I
some
love you
apparatus
too
that's
as
supposed
well.
to make boron 112. What kind of apparatus?
I've never seen it. It's all very secret.
Now, wait a minute. How do you know this machine or whatever it is?
Oh, boy.
Looks to me like you've insured a pig in a poke. No, John, for $20,000. Wow.
No, Johnny,
Oh
I'm
boy.
not that much.
I did not. I cocked this up pretty bad.
Physicists had, at my request. And mind you, this was before I'd agreed to issue the policy. Understand? His name is Dr. Hugo von Brauer. Yes. Well, Hansel submitted to convince von Brauer that he has
This is not.
that he's on the right track to, well, whatever it is he's out to accomplish.
Okay, I'll take your word that you were right in issuing him the policy on it. But now what's happened? The thing blow up in his face or something?
No, as I told you over the phone, it's the man himself I'm worried about. Because of something I've just learned. What? Miss Larkin, this is Mr. Johnny Dollar. Now, will you please...
All right, I got in. See, right now I'm just trying to unlock, I'm trying to get familiarity with the region to be level 10. And then once I've done that, I can bring poison with me to other levels. I should probably take this guy that I...
Well, a couple of them had some pretty funny ideas about the government, things like that. You know what I mean?
I'm afraid I don't.
Okay, closed. Yeah, honestly, I mean, YouTube...
FBI likes to keep tabs on now, you know what I mean?
And the crowd's much friendlier, too, and that's important.
We didn't take all their talk very serious, mind you, and that's the truth. We didn't think there was anything in it, just a lot of talk.
Will you please get to the point?
I am, Mr. Reed. Well, anyhow, Charlie...
People like to hang out here and listen to the radio drama with me. And...
Well, go on, please.
Well, Charlie and me, we said...
Which is perfectly great. I mean, we don't have to talk if you don't want to.
And what kind of a meeting?
But the people who do talk are much nicer on YouTube. I don't know why. I think it's... Maybe Twitch has people trained to basically expect porn? Or screaming people, like... Which is funny, because aren't PewDiePie and that sort, aren't they actually YouTubers?
Get to the point.
All right. Well, just this morning, when I was filing the office...
Yeah, it's a food delivery guy, don't care, want the dealer.
Oh, gee, Mr. Dollar, it hit me like a... Well, do you know what?
What?
That name, Joseph Hantler. It was the same as one of the fellas, an older guy that me and Charlie had...
Plus, see, what happened was Twitch decided that...
Gaming said, yes, they are.
I could probably turn that thing off now that I know that someone's actually here talking, but...
Exactly the suspicion that came into my mind, Johnny.
Just pop that back off for now. Mute it.
We're jumping to an awfully big conclusion, George. Have you notified the FBI?
I suppose I should, huh?
Yeah. No, not
anyway,
we may be all wrong about
what happened on Twitch was, I guess they thought I was a bot or something because I would do radio drama and such, and not a lot of people would talk. Even though you could see me moving around, and if you spoke to me, I would respond eventually. Maybe not right away. But they accused me of being a bot channel. They accused me of being not real or rebroadcasting someone else's stuff. And when I told them that wasn't true, the response they gave to me was actually kind of insulting. So I moved to Kick, and I was there for a short amount of time, but... Well, they offered to pay in crypto, and I'm like, I don't trust. I don't trust that kind of wonky crap. Okay, so I want to find a drink ticket. Go get that scrap sword. Sure, I'm just going to drop it, but still want to pick it up first.
Gee, those directions Mr. Reed gave us were pretty good, weren't they?
Yeah. Hantler certainly picked himself an isolated spot. Come on.
Boy, this is exciting, isn't it?
Now, just remember what I told you. If this is the man you met at that party line meeting, don't appear to recognize him.
Wow. And these guys aren't even going to care if I'm carrying a sword.
But what if he recognizes me?
We'll cross that bridge when we get...
Stop right where you are.
Looking good.
You not see the signs on the fence? Keep out, keep out.
Right, I am.
Yeah.
Where did you hear me?
I'd like to talk with you, Mr. Handler.
Alright, so over here will be the motorcycle clubhouse. I'll grab the keys.
Just a friend of mine. So, what do you want with me? Well, I want to see the machine, the apparatus that Lloyd's of England has insured for you.
No, you may not. I'm engaged in highly secret work here. Work that is worthy only of my own great talents as a physicist, chemist, and inventor. Work for the government.
Hey,
yeah?
Please don't leave any
What
of your
government?
belongings unattended, sir.
What are you talking about? The United States government, of course.
Suppose you let me see whatever contract you may have with them.
I let you see.
Alright, let's go find 5 people to kill, and then I'll leave the way I did before.
Why? Because either one would reveal the secret of this amazing device before I can turn it over to the government of this fine and glorious country.
Yeah, sure.
So that is also why I will not permit either you or anyone else to see inside of my laboratory. So please,
I'm
immediately.
sick of this charade.
Go, get out of here.
Dr. Handler, if you'll just let us...
Do you understand me now?
Oh, hey, now, wait a minute. What's that thing for?
You are trespassing on my
Don't let
private
him slip through
property.
your fingers.
If I shoot you, I am
No cat
within
and
my
mouse,
rights.
just get it done.
Now leave. Now! Do you hear me?
Agent Lowenthal, please report.
Yeah. And do not come back here. Do you hear me? No!
We're down. Stay focused. He's not
Amen.
playing.
Yes!
See that gun he pulled on you? I was scared, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Ooh, that's a better gun to
You
have.
know something, Louise? I'm not sure. But I was sure by the time we get back to Hartford. I took Louise back to George Reed's office. George was out to lunch, but I stopped long enough
'Cause that's
to telephone
quieter.
a friend of mine, Lee Houck, at the local office
Get a
of the
knife.
FBI. Asked him to meet me for a bite to eat.
So, you never said, what kind of games do you play?
1 o'clock? I'll be there.
Normally I do retro games and whatnot, and, roguelikes, some Death Stranding.
We'll see.
Basically things that are conducive to
told you, Charlie White.
peaceful and listening to the radio dramas. I'm just doing Hitman because it fits along surprisingly well.
Hey, look, tell George when he gets back to the
Ever
office.
since we got dragged into that awful meeting of those awful people, why he hasn't even seen those guys that persuaded he and I to go there that
Okay,
night.
so there's a skylight.
If he ever does see any of them, boy, what he'll do to them.
Yeah, sure. Now, look, I gotta keep a luncheon date. Tell George Reed when he comes back that I'll see him later, huh?
Then I'll see you again, Johnny, huh?
Hadn't you better answer that phone?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, goodbye, Johnny.
See you.
Lloyd's in England. Oh, Charlie. Hey, Charlie, what do you think's happening? Who I've been talking to? My dream man.
Item 3,
I gotta follow this guy somewhere.
No, Johnny, you're off on a wrong tack. Now,
Hey.
bet on it. What do you mean by that, Lee? And Joseph Handler's just an old crackpot who thinks the world has done him wrong by failing to recognize his
Ooh, a
fabulous
grow house. Nice.
chemist, physicist, engineer, inventor, anything else he's claimed to be. But if he was attending meetings of a subversive group,
Like Flight Simulator, Train Simulator.
people have been sucked in on that sort of thing at one time or another. It doesn't mean that they belong or ever have. You can't blame me for being suspicious, though. Isn't George Reed your contact at Floyd's of England? Yeah. Okay. Even his kind of dumb little secretary, name's Louise Larkin. I know the girl. Even she was at one of those meetings before we cleaned him out of town. How much gets by you boys? With one of her boyfriends, Charlie somebody or other. He's the kind you have to watch out for, Johnny. Young hothead. An easy recruit for a group like that, huh? More important, the kind who's liable to take the law into his own hands when it comes to fighting back at him. But you're sure old Handler is harmless? Sure. He's an erratic old coot, liable to blow your head off if he thinks you're interfering with one of his crazy projects. Yeah, he'd probably rob a bank if he thought he could get away with it to further one of his crackpot inventions. And would feel entirely justified. But believe me, he'd have no part of subversive activity. Hey, you said crackpot inventions. George Reed tells me Dr. Hugo von Brauer okayed this present project. That's a real sad one, isn't it? Huh? Von Brauer, one of the best minds in the country. Until that breakdown last fall. You mean that he's no longer...
With all due respect.
Well, sure, Johnny. If George
Sounds good to me, buddy.
on Von Brauer's okay. Well, how does Handler keep going? Does he ever sell anything he develops? No, it probably lives off an old trust fund, something like that. Want me to check on it? No, wait till after I've seen him again. Somehow I've got to see that machine of his. See how badly the insurance company stands to get took.
Yeah, Johnny. I think you better.
Maybe he was right. Maybe the idea George Reed and I cooked up that the old scientist was working on some kind of bomb or explosive was... Anyhow, my problem was to find out exactly what he was working on, what the company had blindly insured.
Are you there, Agent Rose?
So I drove out there again. To keep Handler from barging out with his gun, I blew the horn a couple of times as I pulled up alongside the fence. But there was no response to it. Good.
Don't
Maybe
make
Handler
this
wasn't
personal
there.
Or you'll get slapped.
Maybe I could somehow get into the place, see for myself what was up. But suddenly, from inside the building came a couple of dull thuds. And then the whole thing began to bulge at the seams.
Hey, different biker disguise. That's 2 down. Need 1 more. Well, a sedative, I guess, ain't bad.
Truly Johnny Dollar in a moment. Hey, of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Boron 112 matter.
Trying to find a skylight. Euro Truck racing games? See, I play American Truck Simulator now and then. I think it's another good way to kill time. Not that I'm killing time, I just said, as I said, I have a certain kind of game that it's what I like to... That's what I do here, you know?
Looked as though he could stand a good bath and a shave.
Served him right. That's all I gotta say, Luigi. Any guy plotting against the United States, murder's too good for him.
Charlie, it sure looks like he's done for now. He must have went up with the building.
Yeah, and it served him right.
Gee, there's not a thing left of this lap. Oh,
Hello, Louise.
Mr. Dollar.
Yeah, that's right. And I take it you're Charlie.
Yeah. Hiya, Dollar. What do you think of that?
You did a pretty good job.
Alright, got another
Yes,
earpiece.
sirree. Huh?
Tremaine, are
What
you
are you
still
talking
there?
about?
Was he still inside? Did you murder Dr. Handler, too?
Johnny.
Now, wait a minute. You think I done that?
Oh, no, Johnny, we just got
We're
here.
paying for our mistakes with
Honest,
blood.
Charlie was
Stop
going to have a
wasting
shootout
time
with him.
and
He was going to
end
drag
this.
him out of that place and hand him over to the FBI.
Sure, what'd you think?
Gee, I was worried about the old man's
Okay,
gun,
so
remember?
if I got the tower key,
Think a lousy gun was gonna stop me from handing a
you have ammo I would like.
Now, look, you don't mean you think I done this?
What would you think?
No, I did it. Was it not wonderful?
Dr. Handler.
Yes, Mr. Dollar, and I want you to meet...
So you're still alive, huh? You're okay.
Okay, so there's probably a skylight up here somewhere.
Quiet, Mr. Dollar. My good friend, Mr. Dollar. I want you to meet this gentleman from the commission in Washington.
Commission?
D.C.
Well, I could blow a hole in that.
Dr. Bernard Steiner.
The Dr. Steiner?
Yeah, but of course.
I've heard of you, and now it's nice to meet you, Mr. Dollar.
This final test, it was proof.
It was final, all right.
Yes, it was all the proof I need. We observed the buildup of the explosion from the top of yonder hill.
The proof of what?
Will this let me in?
Dr. Handler has finally come up with a controlled power source in his boron compound of inestimable value to the country's rocket program.
Now, there's got to be something with that skylight, because it said...
Oh, why he calls it boron 112, I'll never know.
Well, because it was experiment number 112 with my wonderful...
Ladder shortcut at the skylight, and it's an unlock.
You're from Washington, mister.
I am, young man, and I assure you the government will take over Dr. Handler's process immediately.
Well, I'll be doggone.
I don't get this.
Neither do I, honey.
Well, what about the converter, as you call it? Did that...
Yeah, but of course. And now I can build for the government a big one. Big enough to serve this glorious country of ours.
Maybe that's considered a skylight, in which case I want to go down and over a little.
Me? Dr. Joseph Handler? No, never. I am a great man now. I am above such petty things.
And of course I will go give my support to your channel when I'm done here. Solder Gaming. Actually, if I just go to youtube.com, I think I can actually find you just by going to...
There you are, George. Full report. Payment on the policy is up to you. And if you do pay, at least it's in a
Just
good
because
cause.
I like to.
Also, well, I guess you and I have both learned a lesson about jumping to conclusions.
Ah, I see you use the text-to-speech as well. That's very, yeah, it's really handy. That's kind of ironic. Your first, well, it's not ironic. I guess it's just a coincidence. But the first thing that I see is a video of yours teaching people how to add text to chat to their stream.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood.
How many more areas are there for me to unlock?
Who also wrote today's story. Heard in our cast were Shirley Mitchell, G. Stanley Jones, Parley Bear, Russell Thorson, Frank Gersel, and Lou Merrill. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Coverly speaking.
That's another one down.
Agent Green, are you still there?
Is this a skylight door?
4 agents down. This is beyond the pale, gentlemen. We have so much
This is the United States
Yes.
Armed Forces.
Oh, I gotta go back up for a crowbar, dang it. Well, I'll wait until they're done searching.
Around Dodge City and in the territory on west, there's just one
Where did
way
I
to
see that
handle the
crowbar?
killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of gun smoke.
Pretty sure it was in here. Was it over here? Yes, crowbar.
Gunsmoke, the story of the violence that moved west with young America. The story of a man who moved with it. Matt Dillon, United States Marshal.
Alright. Break the lock.
No.
So I've got
the green loaded. Unloaded. I don't want a shotgun.
Yes, sir. Do you want me to come with you?
You want to come?
No, sir. I guess not.
Okay.
But I will.
Back door entrance.
This make me a coward, Mr. Dillon?
I think I know where that is.
Feel
like a coward? Lassiter scares me, sir.
But you were willing to come anyway. Figure it out for yourself.
Good luck, Mr. Dillon.
Yeah.
Okay, so Florida man or the club owner?
I'm not back. Don't forget those reports have to be made tomorrow.
Mr. Dillon?
Yeah.
You ever get scared?
I can barely hear. What is going on with
Keep
this?
yourself busy.
Oh, it's a blooper. That's okay. We'll skip this one.
Another cup of Maxwell House coffee, George?
Sure. Pour me a cup, Gracie.
You know Maxwell House is always good to the last.
George Burns and Gracie is a fun.
Yes, it's Maxwell House Coffee Time, starring George Burns and Gracie Allen.
Okay, so I need to wipe out one more agent and then leave on the motorcycle, and then I think I've ground this enough for now.
Yours truly, Toby Reed, Gail Gordon, Hans Conried, Henry Blair, Meredith Wilson, and the Maxwell House Orchestra, and Bill Goodwin.
For America's Thursday night comedy enjoyment, it's George and Gracie. And for America's everyday coffee drinking enjoyment, it's Maxwell House. Always good to the last drop.
Let me down.
Well, as we look in at the Burns home today, we find Gracie in urgent consultation with her next-door neighbor, Dr. Miller, the psychiatrist.
You know, it's George I'm worried about, Dr. Miller. He's in the other room right now, so we can talk about it.
Well, what seems to be the trouble with George?
Well,
And if I call you, Buttercup,
It's
the
Agent Sims
dandelions would
reporting
eat
in.
you up.
No sign of target.
Stop
And
talking.
change your
Focus on finding
name
him.
to mine. Was that George?
yes.
Mrs. Burns, I'm only a psychiatrist. That man needs a physician. He's suffering.
Oh, no, he was singing. And that's what I'm worried about.
And with very good reason.
All right, and they're all
You
dead.
See, George has a complex about Bing Crosby. He broods because
Oh,
he
so that's
knows
where I would
things
do the
that
crane
he
thing.
He feels that Crosby has usurped his rightful glory.
And it's true. He's the most popular man in show business today. Bing Crosby. And how did he get there? Over
All
my
right, so where is this
husband's
back
dead
door for me to unlock?
What do you mean, Gracie?
Bing Crosby has kept George from singing.
Small wonder he's very popular in show business. How did being
So much.
endearing feat?
Oh, well, it all started back in 1932 when George and I worked in a picture with Bing, the big broadcast. Now, George was supposed to sing, but someone opened the windows in his dressing room and he caught cold. So, Bing got the song.
I see.
Now, mind you, I don't say it was Bing who opened those windows, but draw your own conclusions.
Well, Mrs. Burns, Bing Crosby is a very fine and a very intelligent man. Therefore, I think it's safe to assume he did open the window.
I knew it. That's how he kept George's voice out of pictures. Then came radio. In 1935, the Kraft program went on the air. They wanted a voice that would sell speed, so George auditioned.
Agent Davenport.
What happened?
Well, Mr. Kraft himself said that George Burns has the
That was fun, just killing another one on the way out.
What? Did you get the program?
No good reason.
Of course you got it. Politics.
You really believe your husband is good, then?
Oh, to my mind, George Burns is the greatest singer of all time. Go, Dr. Miller. I wish you could fix everyone's mind so they
So
think
where's
like
this
me.
back door?
Unfortunately, by my oath as a psychiatrist, I have sworn to do just the opposite. However, your husband's complex is a very real condition, and we must help him.
Well, how can we do that?
By building up his ego, we must
Not
flatter him
here.
until his faith in himself is restored, and he once more sings every day at his fullest power. Then he'll be happy, you'll be happy, and I'll keep my windows closed.
I hear him stirring around, so we'll try it out now.
Well, Gracie, Oh, Dr. Miller. Hello, George. Gracie and I were just saying what a beautiful singing voice you have. Really?
Well, that's another entrance that
I'll
I've
sing you 14 or 15
made.
numbers. From time to time and every time I have a patient.
Probably not the one we're looking for, though.
From time to time. Nobody ever listens to me. Crosby is the one they want to hear.
Oh, Prudie Crosby. You're twice the singer he is.
I know, but he's the one they want to hear.
Well, I can't understand why. All he ever sings is White Christmas. They ever change the color of Christmas, he's through.
I can't get over the way he cut me out of the picture in the big broadcast of 1932.
And the same thing happened in 1933 when we made College Humor with him. He sang the hit song, Learn to Croon.
Learn to croon if you want to win my heart.
I bet he would, whoever Rolf is.
Yeah, they shouldn't have let Crosby mess that song up. They should have let you do it.
You're right.
And then down the old Ox Road was in the same picture and Bing grabbed that one too.
Maybe that'll be the back door.
Oh, you'll never find out where it is by looking in my eye.
That was meant for you. Nobody could go down the old Ox Road.
The audio quality on this one is terrible. I'm just gonna...
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to hear is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Dragnet, brought to you by Chesterfield, America's most popular two-way cigarette. Chesterfield King Size at the new low price, and Chesterfield Regular.
You're a detective sergeant. You're assigned to robbery detail. For a week, you've been on rolling stakeout looking for a gang of thieves. There's no sign of them. On the way back to the office, you get a 211 call. Your job? Investigate.
Well, it's good enough. I may as well leave on the motorcycle.
There are more than 60 million cigarette smokers in America who smoke many brands.
In choosing your cigarette, be sure to remember this. You will like Chesterfield best because only Chesterfield has the right combination of the world's best tobaccos. Tobaccos that are highest in quality, low in nicotine. Best for you.
All of us smoke for relaxation, for comfort, for satisfaction. And in the whole wide world, no
Okay, so I've unlocked one thing, done that, found my way out there.
Chesterfield regular, Chesterfield king size.
Is 10 perfect, or?
In most places.
This is the best. Chesterfield. And the time to change. Today.
They've got the taste and they've got mildest, millions all agree.
They're low in nicotine and they're the highest quality. 30 years research went into this great cigarette.
So here is all you
So that only put me on 8? Oh.
Chesterfield's for me, Chesterfield's for me. You just say it's Chesterfield's for me.
Okay.
Dragnet, the documented drama of an actual crime. For the next 30 minutes, in cooperation with the Los Angeles Police Department, you will travel step by step on the side of the law through an actual case transcribed from official police files. From beginning to end, from crime to punishment, Dragnet is the story of your police force.
Oh, nice. I get a concealed weapon. Sweet.
It was Thursday, October 9th. It was cool in Los Angeles. We were working the night watch out of robbery detail. My partner's Frank Smith. The boss is Chief of Detectives Thad Brown. My name's Friday. We were on our way back to the office when a 211 robbery call came in, and it was 12:18 a.m. when we got to the corner of Oxford and Barton Avenue. The Moyles Bar and Grill.
The officer back there. Something I can do for you?
Friday and Smith, Central Robbery.
Okay, I have to end my stream early. Appears something has come up. I want to thank you all for coming by, blah, blah, blah. I am Mr. Christmas. I'll be back at 11 a.m. tomorrow. I have got to go.
Did you get a description?
Yeah.
I hope you have a wonderful day because, Jingle Boy!
Place is back there if you want to talk to him.
Yeah, we do.